Billy from the 209. Where are you calling from, Billy?
I'm calling from Stockton, California.
Stockton, California. Where the heck is that?
That is right below Sacramento.
Sacramento, that's where the governor is. And so, okay, you're somewhere out in the boondocks, and you have a question for us. How can we help?
Yeah. I opened my own PC repair company.
Yes.
Just one store, yeah.
One store.
And it was with my own money, so there's no debt or anything, but I guess it just wasn't enough money because it's been too slow, and it looks like we're going to close. I read one of your articles, what to do if your business is failing, and I was looking for more sage advice from you.
Wow. Can I ask, how did you stumble upon that? Did you just do a Google search for failing business or something? Or did your friend send it to you?
Yeah, one night I was actually just online, and I was thinking to myself, well, maybe I should type this in. Maybe somebody else has had a failing business, and apparently you have, and you wrote an article. So
I wonder what we're ranked for failing business. So you're basically saying when you type in failed business, I come up.
Coming up, yeah.
Wow, that is just awesome. Complete failure, George Bush. Failing business, Jason Calacanis. Fantastic. Okay, so let me just get this straight, because you emailed me. I told you call into the show because you know this. The common precursor to success, as we've said on the show many times, is failure. And as Bob Dylan would say, there is no success like failure. But failure is no success at all. So we got to get you out of this. It's great that you failed because you learned something, but we got to get you to the next phase. So I think if I remember from your email, you dropped 2 high societies on the business.
Yes.
Also known as 20 grand for those of you people who are not degenerate poker players like myself. So you put 20 large into this business, and so it's a franchise type business. Did you have to pay somebody for the name or something?
No, actually, it is just a sole prop.
Okay, so it's your business. You put 20 grand, and you have a storefront. Do you have customers?
Yeah, I actually have a small customer base that keeps me at least not completely in debt, but you know.
And so the money you invested in the business, I'm taking it. You had to put down $5 grand for the storefront or something like that, and $5 grand to set up the storefront or something like that. You put 10 grand into the physical plant.
Yeah, I put money into it, and I had money aside for you know, until we got picked up here, because there's just nothing. There's no PC repair around, so I figured you know, my business would be the business, but I guess I didn't put enough into advertising, so nobody knows I'm here.
So this is a challenge. So you spent money on real estate and a space. You didn't get like foot traffic from that. I'm taking it. That wasn't a big draw. So
well, yeah, I got a little bit from that, but not enough. Yeah.
And so you got rent every month, but the rent doesn't help. It seems to me like this business is one of those businesses that you don't even need to have office space for. So you can drop the office space. You have a couple of clients that like you. They pay $50, $75 an hour. What do they pay per hour for this business?
Actually, yeah, it's $50 an hour.
Okay, so $50 an hour, it might be too cheap, and so you might be able to raise your prices at $50 an hour. People don't complain, right? I mean, that's a bargain, I think.
Yeah, it is actually a bargain. I did that to compete with all the big dogs that they had there. I wanted to steal some of their clients. So.
Right. And now the big dogs, you're talking about Geek Squad or something like that. They charge $75 an hour or something.
Yeah, Geek Squad. Yeah, there are a couple of guys in town who do mainly businesses, and I wanted to do businesses and home and all that. Yeah. So I adjusted my prices. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I think getting rid of the storefront is essential, and I think you need a marketing plan that spreads virally. The best clients you have, I'm going to guess, your best source of clients are referrals. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So the storefront was a bust. Craigslist, you might get some ads. That's not a bad place to look for ads. I'm sure you've gotten people from Craigslist, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay. So this is my idea for you. I think that you should start a Twitter account that is Ask Billy.
Okay.
I think you should start a domain name, Ask Billy. Or maybe Ask Billy your last name. Even better.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
You got a nice sounding name. And I think that you should brand yourself as the most helpful person in this area to get a quick answer from. And you should make it very easy for people to refer a friend. So, you get rid of the storefront. And then I want you to print out on your business cards. Business cards are important. Now, a standard business card does nothing, but you need what's called a purple cow. Do you know what a purple cow is?
No, I do not.
Okay. There's a guy, Seth Godin. He's a very bright marketing guy. And a friend of mine, he created Squidoo, which is a terrible spam disaster. But I'll leave that aside for a minute. It's also competitive with Mahalo a little bit, so you can take my comments for what they're worth. Anytime there's a competitor, I got to get the samurai sword out and just... But his concept of a purple cow is something that people will remember. If you see a purple cow, you're going to remember it. So what can people remember about your business card? This is my idea for your business card. You get one of those business cards that looks like those little postcards that you get in the mail, like a postcard size. And you put on it your picture or, your philosophy of helping people. You put, why you live in your town. Just a little bit of color as to who you are as a person, what you like to do, how you got into computers. Just tell your story there, maybe 2 photos of you in your house, in your car, and for your first computer. Tell your story. People like to hear your story. They can connect with you now because it's Ask Billy Blank. Now, on the back of the card, I want it to say, refer a friend. And it will say, the text will say something to the effect of, I've used Billy's services, and he's done a blank job. Right, like Mad Libs?
Yeah.
I highly recommend, if you have a problem, giving him a call. And at the bottom, you write their name. And then you give them, you can get these professionally printed, but when you have somebody who's a good client, you say, I really appreciate that you've been such a good client to me. And no pressure, but if you happen to have anybody who has a problem, I like to work with good people, and you're a great person. I'm sure your friends are good, and they may have a need sometime. Can I give you 5 of these postcards? If anybody claims them, I'll give you an hour of free tech support. Now your acquisition cost for a new customer is $50. I'm guessing your average customer calls you 4 or 5 times a year, 3 or 4 times a year. What is it?
It's probably actually more about 10 times a year. Okay,
and each time the average billing is $75, $100, what, hour and a half, hour?
Usually about an hour to 2 hours, yeah.
Okay, so let's call it 75. That means you're acquiring a customer for $50 and making $750 from an average customer. Now you have 0 marketing costs. The cost of making these flyers is going to cost what, Tyler?
Nothing.
$100?
Kinko's, yeah.
Kinko's $100.
GotPrint's the cheapest.
GotPrint. So you go to GotPrint, Joe says. You print these things up.
Okay.
These things you got to spend time on. You've got to make it really personal. You need to have great photography on the cover, something memorable. So when the person hands it to the other person, they can talk about it. That's what they call buzz, right? So your business card is buzzy. And your business card is actually a refer a friend card, like the Netflix card. You get Netflix, or have you seen Netflix?
Yeah.
Netflix got so many subscribers, which people said, and this is 10 years ago, but people said about Netflix, this is a great product. I love this. And every time they got their product in the mail, there's a little thing you can rip off and hand to your friend. Brilliant. That's what you need.
Definitely. All right, yeah, that sounds good.
If you do this, I think it's going to work. Joe, you have any advice for him?
I'll do it, yeah.
Well, it's actually interesting. I was in this business for a year, and I did at-home PC repair for people like you. It was mainly executives, and the killer marketing application I did was oversized postcards, and I mailed them to wealthy zip codes. And I did the exact thing you recommended, where I gave my story, where it's like, do you want a geek from Geek Squad coming in, or do you want someone professional who knows about business and computers?
Right.
Great business.
Yeah.
And I did flat pricing, no hourly. So I said, if I'm going to take your spyware off, it's $150, but that's it. You know what you're getting into.
Oh, okay. So that's actually, do you do flat rate pricing for these kind of things that get people scared?
Yeah, for home, yes, I do flat pricing.
Yeah. So I also think that your pricing is a little low, which is good for now. But when you get to the point where you start to be busy and you have, whatever, $2,000 a week in calls or $1,500 a week in calls, whatever it is, then when you get to that point, the pricing goes up to $75. The other people per hour. The other people are grandfathered in at their $50 rate. Any new clients you take are at $75. Make sense?
Yeah, makes perfect sense.
So that you can slowly build up. Don't be afraid to raise your rates. And you can even say to the existing people, listen, the rates went up to $75. I'm going to grandfather you in at $60 if that's okay. So it's only $10 more per hour, but you're still getting that $50. And they'll be more than happy. It sounds like you're a good guy. But let's start branding Billy. Let's ask Billy.
Okay, yeah. That sounds like a really good idea.
All right, Billy. You going to call us back maybe in a month and tell us how it goes?
Yeah, I'll definitely let you know.
All right, Billy. Keep your chin up because you know what? Listen, I've gotten hit by the ball many times. But then you keep swinging the bat. Even I got lucky. It hit it right at the park. And if you get hit in the head with the ball, sometimes you get on base too. That's what my coach used to tell me: lean into the ball and get hit and get on base. Can you imagine a little league coach telling you, "Do not"? This is in Brooklyn. This is this is what I went through. The guy said, "Don't swing the bat. Lean in and get hit."
So you were a star player?
No, I was like 10 years old, and the guy's telling me, "Don't swing the bat." So you know what I did? I went up, I swung the bat 3 times in a row as hard as I could, and I used to hit the ball sometimes. I was like, I'm not getting hit by the ball. What the is this guy? Oh, can we get a bleed? 127-21. Sorry about that. But anyway, there you go. Good luck with it. We're rooting for you. You have my email. You email me anytime. If you get in despair and you're having a hard time, call me. I'll put you on the phone with Tyler. Because that's who I talk to.
Thank you.
All right, man. Be cool.